Hello, my name is David Esteem, and thank you for taking the time to hear about an issue that I know many of you care deeply about: educational equity. I work every day with students who remind me that while talent is universal, opportunity is not. Today, I want to talk to you about a big problem that has shaped not only my work, but the futures of countless young people across our communities: the disparity in reading fluency between affluent students and students in low income or historically marginalized neighborhoods. The data is chilling. By fourth grade, students who struggle with reading are four times more likely to drop out of high school. Students in under resourced communities often arrive at school with fewer early literacy experiences, less academic vocabulary exposure, and limited access to books. This is not a small gap, it is a widening divide that impacts academic achievement, confidence, and future career opportunities and long term life outcomes. My big problem is simple but urgent. Many students are not reading fluently, and the gap between affluent and marginalized students is growing. And because reading is the gateway to all other learning, this is not just a literacy problem, but an equity problem. To address this problem, I lean heavily into constructivist learning theory, a perspective that sees learners as active builders of knowledge rather than passive receivers of information. Constructivism teaches us that students learn best when they are making meaning and connecting new information to their schema, a fundamental framework learners use to actively build and modify to organize, interpret, and make sense of new information, along with engaging in experiences that feel relevant and authentic. Jose reminds us that learners adapt through assimilation and accommodation, constantly reorganizing their thinking as they encounter new ideas. Vygotsky extends this by emphasizing the zone of proximal development, or ZPD, which is the sweet spot where students can succeed with the right amount of scaffolding from a more capable peer or adult. Learning in this theory is social, constructed through dialogue and collaboration; experiential, grounded in hands on exploration; cultural, shaped by the language and tools made available; and developmental, aligned with the learner's readiness and prior knowledge. Constructivism also highlights guided participation, where educators and learners co construct their understanding by questioning, exploring, and reflecting together. In this theory, teaching isn't about delivering content, it's about designing meaningful contexts where ideas come alive. Inspired by these principles, I am proposing the creation of a community literacy lab, which is an after school program rooted in constructivist learning that empowers students to build fluency through hands on, culturally connected, socially meaningful literacy experiences. Excuse me. Imagine a space where students don't just read, they experience what reading truly means. Instead of worksheets, students engage with real world texts, menus, bus schedules, graphic novels, digital stories, science comics, and culturally relevant literature. Each session begins with schema activation, helping students link text to their lived experiences. Educators provide scaffolding inside each learner's ZPD by modeling strategies, offering think alouds, and guiding comprehension dialogue. Students participate in literacy circles where they co construct meaning with peers through guided participation. We use cultural tools like storytelling, visuals, and language routines to help them navigate unfamiliar vocabulary and text structures. And because constructivism values authenticity, students create products such as mini podcasts, digital storybooks, or readers' theater scenes that demonstrate comprehension through expression, not memorization. This approach promotes reading fluency by engaging the whole child cognitively, socially, culturally, and emotionally. It shifts from reading a task to a powerful way of experiencing the world. To bring the Community Literacy Lab to life, we need funding for materials, multicultural texts, tablets for digital storytelling, and podcast styled recaps, headphones, literacy manipulatives, in home literacy kits that would provide participants with materials to further reading development, making literacy more accessible for everyone, regardless of their economic status or parental confidence in their own literacy skills. A physical space that can support movement, collaboration, and small group stations. Funding for education professionals and community mentors who are essential for providing high quality scaffolding. Partnerships with local organizations, libraries, or after school programs to ensure accessibility. These resources are not luxuries. They directly impact the effectiveness of our constructivist approach. The richer the environment, the deeper the learning. Today, I'm asking for your support to launch the first pilot of the Community Literacy Lab. Whether you are a philanthropist, foundational partner, community leader, or community member, I am asking for your partnership to help fund the space, materials, and staffing needed to make this vision a reality. Together, we can create a learning environment where students don't just catch up, they thrive. When reading becomes empowering, fluency gaps narrow, confidence grows, and every child has the chance to construct a future filled with endless possibility. Thank you for your time, your care, and your willingness to invest in the next generation. I appreciate your support.